Jackson in the building, and also the the king of Cleveland hip hop, Kevin MC Chilhurt in the building.
Talk to me. I ain't got a microphone. There you go. Talk to me.
Right. So talk to me, Cleveland. So the world traveler, MC Chill is back, and shout out to everybody that was listening on the first part. So I'm going to ask a question before I go on my rant about Kanye West.
And Diggy was dropping bars.
Yeah, Diggy was actually dropping bars, and I'm gonna give y'all a synopsis of what.
I'm gonna drop some bars now. Diggy. I'm like, okay, Dig. All right, go ahead.
That you know that's Run Son. That's Run Son. And actually, he
hook up automatically.
right. Didn't you work with Run DMC?
Yeah, well, obviously I did shows with Run and them, in not just in Cleveland. I did shows with Run and them in New York and other places, and definitely did stuff with Russell, Uncle Russell Rush, and yeah, man, Run and them, man, those my guys, man. They gave me a shot when I opened up on the Raising Hell tour. At that time was the biggest, largest rap tour that had ever been, and Run and them gave me that shot, and so big ups to them and Russell and everybody that was involved with them. And I still get down with Jason, Jam Master Jay's son, who is here a lot, and we've actually talked about collaborating on doing some shows with the son of Jam Master Jay, Jam Master Jay's son, Jason Marcel Jr.
That's what's up.
So
Rip Jam Master J and JMJ. Rest in peace, man.
Queen stand up. But
right.
Yeah, so we I worked with his pops, and now I'm going, we're talking about, him and I doing some stuff together.
Right. So I'm gonna get you up on speed. And I know you've been in Egypt, so you hadn't heard about the Kanye stuff, endorsements dropping him because of some anti-Semitic and some other things he said, but they didn't drop him when he said that slavery was a choice. So if you were Kanye's manager, I'm not doing a yay thing. I can't. If you were his manager, or if you were an advisor of him, what was it like with all the stuff that's happening with him? And we know about the divorce. His mom passed years ago. The divorce with Kim Kardashian, him going after Kim about his kids. His 4 children they had together when they were married. Pete Davidson talking about, heard that somewhere that Kanye talked about Pete Davidson's lower region.
Oh man, that's a violation.
All right, so what would you tell him to stop the madness? Everybody's calling him a genius. I think that you said Imhotep was a genius because
that's a real genius.
Right. So what would you tell Kanye as a student of the game and as an OG of the game? What would you tell him and his advice?
For real, man, Kanye, I would talk to Ye as a big brother. It's nothing I could tell Kanye about the industry because he has been so successful in the music industry on a level that very few of us have ever been. So it's nothing to really tell Ye about that, but just about how dealing with the public and even, and in a lot of instances dealing with his life. He needs an OG bad, man. He needs a big brother bad as he needs a public relations manager about what he goes out and talks about topical things. Man, I feel bad for him. It's hard for me to feel bad for a billionaire, but as a young brother in hip hop, I look at all cats that came after me in this craft. As my little brothers or my nephews, nieces and nephews, not just the men but the women too. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think that Yeezy really needs to just sit down with somebody and to talk things out about his life. I don't think he's ever still gotten it closure with the death of his mom.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
He's been in traumatic car accidents where he's almost lost his life.
Right.
And I think it has his life, his mental stability is just spiraling. But I think sometimes that mental instability is where that line between genius and insanity lies. Sometimes it makes your creative side, it takes it to a higher level, but you suffer on the other side, on the day-to-day activities, your family life, how you deal politically, socially, what things you should say and should not say. And I really think that anybody talking about our social construct, our social political structure, and I'll tell this to anybody, not just Kanye, to know what the hell you're talking about,
Right.
Before you just go out and if you got facts,
And bumping your gums.
have your facts, have some receipts.
Yeah.
You know, be able to back up, you know, before you act up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, I would love.
Could you say that louder for the people in the back? Get your facts straight.
Get your facts straight. Have receipts. Have some backup for your act up.
Have some backup before you act up. Put that on the shirt. I swear for God, you will sell millions of them boys. And I would buy one. I would buy for $1. For $1. Well, I did $1, my brother. But when you drop, like, that's a jewel knowledge that you dropped. But you still have, this is my problem. Just like with the Trump supporters. You got the yes man yesing everything that he does, especially on social media, because that's what was filled on my timeline yesterday. Like, the thing about it is, and you know, you and I off air, we have these come to Jesus meetings when things getting on my damn nerve, and I call you, and you like, and you give me the real.
And see, that's what I'm saying. That's what Ye needs. And I'm sure it's people there for him, but he's probably burned a lot of those bridges because, you know, when you have access to Jay-Z, like, you know,
Yeah.
Hov ain't out here talking crazy like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he lost his mind when his mama died, though.
It is a
and he
possibility.
feeling probably like that wasn't necessary because she had a surgery that wasn't necessary. It was just, you know, for her vanity.
Lipo with your money.
Hello.
Right. So, looking like Michael with your money. So, and the thing about it is, like, and we picked up a lot of stuff, like a lot of lyrics that he said, and produced a lot of hits and stuff like that for Jay-Z, Rockefeller, and others. And he's dropped a lot of hits, you know, College Dropout and things of that nature. Now he's just known, and some people are calling him a genius. What do you think about people trying to call him a genius, validating the stuff that he's doing now?
I mean, you know, now to call Ye a genius under the light of right now seems absurd. When they first started saying it, I don't think it can be argued that his body of work and the music that he has produced and the hits that he has put his hands on have been top level. You know, genius.
No.
I'll leave that for other people to say. But again, Larry, I'll tell you, there is a line, a very thin line between genius and insanity. And I know a lot of people who are the most creatively intelligent, some dare say genius, who are crazy as all hell. And
Nuts.
Right.
and I think that he falls in that category. Would I call him a genius? No, because I know too many people,
right.
Scholars and artists and craftsmen who do genius level work. But again, that brother has reached a plateau that not a lot of recording artists have done.
There's only a couple of them, and one is supposedly his big brother, who is absent with all this stuff going on. Jay-Z, Mr. Carter, Beyonce husband, is actually absent from
Hey man, y'all ain't go get my man Hov dropped from nothing.
right. No, he said no.
My paper.
Right. I got Beyonce and these kids, and when you got Blue Ivy trying to do auctions at 10 years old, trying to bid on paintings that are like $20,000, yeah, you can't, no.
Hey man, and Hov, did you hear that? Okay, you heard the Khaled, DJ Khaled.
God did. Yeah.
Man, I don't know what the hell anybody else was saying on that, but Hov killed it.
Yeah, he did.
Yo, that one bar when he said God did something about nobody touched a Billy until Hove did.
Right.
How many billionaires came out of Hove?
Oh, crib.
He said something like me, Ye, Reed,
Rihanna.
and
Yeah.
actually
Bron,
with the
Rock,
so that's
or
four actually.
really.
Man, that bar was nuts. But yeah, man, Hov ain't messing with that foolishness, man.
Right, he's not. You know, he's staying all the way.
But hopefully he is trying to reach out to him behind the scenes. Because like you said, Larry, during times that you've contacted me, we not on the radio. I'm not making public things. You're not like, Jill, I need, we done talked one-on-one.
Right, exactly.
So.
And the thing about it is, like, especially during the times where, in the journalism business, you always need that mentor. I consider Chill a mentor because the stuff that I was going through in the business wise, and sometimes even personal and business wise, getting those misconstrued, I had a chance to talk to him. You and Harry Boomer, shout out to him.
Man.
So you gotta do that. So Troy Harris said Hov and Kanye fell out. I'm not surprised. Shayla, you want to say something about what's going on with Kanye before I give my rant? Because I'm gonna give my rant. I'm gonna give my rant.
Nah, I really don't have much to say about Kanye. Kanye, he come back and forth. He go out the picture for a minute and he be cool, he be smooth. And he come back in with some crazy shit.
So
I'm just saying, he is very talented. He's
Nice.
a very talented brother, and I just, like I said earlier, I think he lost his everlasting mind when his mother passed away.
right,
But who does not
right.
when something like that happens?
All right.
That's all I got to say, baby.
All right. So let me go on my rant right now.
Okay.
So we gonna talk about this. Okay. Shout out to Heather. The problem is they're using psychosis and genius interchangeably musically, sure, but for bigotry that supports white supremacy and anti-Semitism, no. I think they haven't talked with each other for over a year, Troy Harris says. So let me just explain to you guys what my take on Mr. West is. Through the years, I've seen people deteriorate over one word and one word only, heartbroken. Now, the thing about it is Kanye West is not a genius to me because I know geniuses. Chill knows geniuses. I think Chill's a genius. I think that people that create their own platforms are a genius. I think Johnny O's a genius. I think Errol Porter's a genius. I think that everybody who created their own platform, who had the determination and the know-how to create their own platform is a genius. Kanye West, yeah, sure. He got to deal with Adidas, with the Yeezys. But you know who also got to deal with Adidas and the Yeezys? Let me see. Chill just said it. He was on a Raising Hell tour with Run DMC. Run DMC was the first hip-hop artist I know that got to deal with a shoe company without playing a sport. So they were geniuses. Russell Simmons is a genius. Kanye just followed suit. Now, the thing about it is like this. What I'm hearing from you, shout out to Christopher McNeil, the Kanye stans, is that you want to praise this brother for something that's already been done. All he did was follow the blueprint. Shout out to his big brother, Jay-Z, the one he calls his big brother. The blueprint. The thing about it is that he followed the blueprint and he followed it to a T. Remember what Hov said and God did. 4 millionaires came out of Hov crib. Kanye was one of them. He followed that particular blueprint. Now he's just losing his mind because he's heartbroken. No man ever wants to lose his household, especially to another man. Especially seeing Kim do what she did. And then remember, he was $50 million in the hole while he was married to the Kardashian clan before he was asking Mark Zuckerberg, the creator and owner of Facebook, for a loan for his Yeezy clothing line. Now, the thing about it is like, if I'm a genius if he's a genius for getting all his contracts dropped and everything else like that, I'm a genius for getting fired from my jobs, for not taking it no more from the man or just walking away, terminating my contract. Because if you don't show up to work, if you don't show up to your job or your career and they decide to terminate, they can terminate your contract. So everybody who got fired is a genius because they terminated their contract by either not showing up to work or doing a piss poor job at work.
Right.
So the thing about it is that, oh, I'm a genius because I juggle 2 shows every single week. So the thing about it is like we're using the word genius too loosely here. The word genius is supposed to be somebody that innovated the world with a mindset and something that changed the world, that made it for the better for the people. When Kanye West talked about slavery was a choice, and he said Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves, that was an insult to African American people. But the thing about it is, yes, those companies didn't drop Kanye because he said slavery was a choice, because some African American people supported him like they did R. Kelly. And you know how I feel about R. Kelly, old nasty ass. So I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I'm saying this in front of Chill. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I don't think Kanye West is a genius. I think the man is heartbroken because he's trying to overcome. Remember, he lost his mother years ago. He just lost his marriage a couple of months ago. And he's been online saying stuff about Kim, saying she won't let me see my children. Even though you have the ability, unlike any other people, to see your children because you bought a house next to your ex-wife. So let me just say this about the whole thing about Kanye. For all you Kanye stans that are following him, this is how cults get started. Let me see, there was a cult, the Koreshes and stuff like that. This is how cults get started, because you want to keep drinking the Kool-Aid about somebody that really doesn't care about you. And you want to follow it, you want to follow this man's platform to the point of where you're arguing with other people, just like the people were arguing about how R. Kelly did not commit these crimes of child pornography and abusing young girls. Really? Stop it. I understand. Just like Kanye does not have the power to change laws, does not have the power to put you in jail. And the thing about it is, okay, the Yeezys may be comfortable. I never bought a pair. Too expensive for me. The thing about it is that and I can admit to say it because I'm too busy investing in these shows, making sure that I invest in African-American stations, putting my money in the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists as far as their dues are concerned, putting my money where African-Americans shop at, putting people on shows that want to help community, like the young lady I had last week and the head of the presidency of the Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists, Kevin MC Chill her right now, and other people in the future. I'm too busy investing in food, feeding politicians that are trying to change the world, interviewing future mayors like Mayor Justin Bibb and future and future people who are running for Calhoun County Executive, future judges that have been on my show, past, present, and certainly in the future. I've been doing this for 7 damn years. And the thing about it is that all this stuff that y'all talking about, Kanye being a billionaire, now he's a millionaire because of all his endorsements, Belinga, Adidas, and stuff like that. It is Kanye's choice to say what he wants. But the thing about it is, when you attack Jews and say the anti-Semitism things that you want to say, whatever you say, just like I say, has consequences. And those consequences are those companies have their choice. They have their choice of dropping him as being the face of whatever brand that he has on. So the thing about it is, before you come at me, look at yourselves and say this. Are you getting paid from Kanye West? Are you getting a check from Ye? Are you getting paid from Good Music? By the way, Def Jam cut Good Music off too. Jaylen Brown and Sam Darnold, who were a part of Donda Sports, have cut ties with Kanye West. Now, Antonio Brown is still there. We all know Antonio Brown is a little couple of cards short from the deck by picking with Tom Brady and Giselle while they're going through the divorce. So let's just be honest with ourselves. Let's stop putting... What did Malcolm X say about entertainers? Do not put them on a pedestal. This is what happens when you put somebody that cannot make any laws, cannot create anything, or create any chance. By the way, and I'm not hating on this man, I can say this about anybody. His clothing line sucks. It looks like it's all poor people. So I mean, I'm just saying. And Promega the Don is like question, what did the U.S. government do to Ye and Ronald Reagan wing of the UCLA where they performed multicultural government now trying to find out student who hacked the files and gave access to UCLA campus? Listen, I'll find that out later. But the thing about it is, like I said, have you seen the clothing line? Listen, if I want to put on a torn hoodie, I'm going to Goodwill. I'm not paying $1,500 for a hoodie. I'm sorry. Now, if Kanye wants to invest in African American people and build schools and stuff like that, that's fine. But here's the problem with here's my problem with that, and I just got Shayla just up and laughing. Right, this is what happens on radio. So listen, listen. I'm gonna say this about Mr. West, Mr. Ye, whatever he want to call himself, changing his name. If you want to help African American people, first of all, please stop wearing shirts that say "White Lives Matter." All right. We're going to go to break. We're going to be right back with MC Chill. And hopefully Shayla can stop laughing right now. So we'll be right back. This is J. Cole. This is J. Cole with Missy Elliott. We'll be right back on WNRV1081.com.
He said if he want a torn up hoodie, he gonna go to the Goodwill. Buy one for $15,000.
I gotta go bathroom.
Nice one, Larry. That's nice.